Welcome back. The 8th anniversary of Libya's revolution comes just months before the country prepares for district elections, held for the first time after years of violence. Libyans are hoping the election might pave the way for local leaders to focus on issues affecting their everyday lives, although at least 69 town councils out of 120 in the country may not hold elections in March as planned due to a lack of funding.
Scanning through the photos of his son, who was killed during the revolt against former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, Al-Hadi Kamaj believes that Libya today is not the country that his deceased son once dreamt of. Kamaj's son, Musab, is among the youth who lost their lives during the 2011 revolt that toppled Gaddafi from his 42-year rule. But shortly after, the North African country was marred with violence and political deadlock. Kamaj believes the death of his son did not reap the rewards he had hoped for, namely stability and free elections.
We kept telling ourselves that things will get better, but they just didn't. We dreamt we would have a decent life, that we'd have infrastructure and roads and cars, that people would be given their rights, but none of this happened, unfortunately.
A certificate granting Musab an honorary degree from the University of Tripoli stands as the only recognition he can get for his sacrifice. Kamaj is displaying it in a corner he dedicated to his son in the family's home in Tripoli. Kamaj often visits the graveyard where Musab is buried and kneels on the ground to pray. A friend of his son, Mansour al-Mahdi, believes the country is still wrought with blood and weaponry.
We really can't see any tangible change. Conflicts arise for the simplest reasons. We fought in the beginning against Gaddafi, against domination of tribalism. Now tribalism is even more dominant than before.
The internationally recognized government of National Accord in Tripoli is opposed by a rival government and allied factions in eastern Libya. Towns and cities are largely carved up between militia groups, many of which draw salaries from the state, but answer only loosely, at best, to either government. Elsewhere in the Libyan capital, celebratory music blares from speakers set up across the streets. Men, women and children wave flags and carry pictures of their loved ones who died during the chaos that enveloped the country in the past 8 years. And with the anniversary falling just weeks before planned municipal elections, Libyans are hoping they might pave the way for local leaders to focus on issues affecting their everyday lives.
The federal government of Somalia and the United Nations have revealed the 2019 portfolio of the UN Secretary General's Peace Building Fund, with $14 million earmarked for support of new state-building projects in the country. The fund will support 5 new projects focusing on stabilization, internally displaced persons, reconciliation and state-building processes, land for peace and the leveraging of the contribution of women to peace building and promoting gender awareness in the national program. The event was also attended by senior officials of the federal government, the 5 federal member states, UN agencies in Somalia and other development partners. The Secretary General's Peace Building Fund has supported Somalia's peace building process since 2009, and investments to date amount to about $45 million.
Programs are intended to be what we call catalytic, which means that we're trying out quite risky approaches towards peace building. So where maybe normal donors would not necessarily put their money because they think that it is too risky to invest, this is where the peace building fund will go. This country is very quickly urbanizing, not just Mogadishu, but also places like Baidoa and Bosaso. And it's very important that we support that urbanization process that actually is fueled by these internally displaced people that either as a result of drought or as a result of conflict coming towards these cities. And the longer they actually stay and are displaced, the less likely they are to return to where they once came from.
More than 30,000 people from Africa's Great Lakes region attended the Amani festival in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Amani, which means peace in Swahili, is in its 6th year and aims to try and change the story of a country plagued by conflict and give residents hope for peace.
The 6th edition of the Amani Festival was held over the weekend in Goma, capital of Democratic Republic of Congo's North Kivu province. The 3-day of festivities in the country's east brought together over 35,000 people from all over the Great Lakes region, and is a rare opportunity for both established and upcoming artists to be seen and heard. One of the festival's biggest attraction was Congolese rapper and musician Sebastino Mfrapa, who thrilled the audience with his famous blend of rap and Congolese folklore.
As artists, we're tasked with selling a positive image of Goma. Even though it's a city that has been a victim to many conflicts and wars, people should not keep the same image of Goma forever. We have to change that.
Amani, which means peace in Swahili, was the main message at the event. This year's festival comes following a tense time in the DRC after the December 30th election. Some of Congo's top artists, like Fally Youssoufa, headlined the event alongside artists from the Great Lake region and diaspora. Last year's election saw Congo's first peaceful change of power since its independence, and many residents here hope that the country's new political chapter will also provide lasting peace.
Our prayer is that what we are seeing today becomes the norm. There are many people from all over the region. We're here with our Rwandan friends, people from different countries, different regions, and this has brought us together. It creates a great ambience. There is peace, and if it could only stay this way, it will be a real win for us Congolese people.
Organizers also expect that the festival can continue to set the tone to mend fences, and along with the country's new political chapter, the festival can show a different side of Goma, one that offers hope.
If you're a lover of seafood, you might just want to head over to South Africa, where a small beachside restaurant specializing in local seafood has won the top prize at the inaugural World Restaurant Awards in Paris. The Wolf Gats, whose 6 staff have no formal training, opened 2 years ago in a cottage and cave on the remote beach in the West Cape province. Head chef Kobos van der Moe says he searches widely for ingredients on the seashore. Not to worry though, he has promised not to hike prices after winning the award. Currently, the tasting menu costs $60 US. Might just be heading to South Africa to get a taste of that seafood. Thanks for watching the program today. I'm Teniola Shiboale. Bye for now.